Hello everyone, welcome to Staying Fit with Judy. This is a special recording for my ladies of Seniorcize class at Unity for Monday's class, but please feel free to join in today. The only thing we're going to be using is a straight back chair and a small rubber ball. We're going to start out by just pumping those feet a little bit to wake up the ankles. We're going to pump our arms like we do, as we do. Good, then we're going to reach up, continuing to pump those heels. 3, 2, and 1. Good, now let's bring those knees up, lifting those feet off the floor completely, pumping those arms as we do. And we're going to bounce them out, and in, and up, and down, and out, and in, and up, and down, and out, and in, up, and down. Keep it going. Up, and down one more time. Out, and in, up, and down. Now let's bring those knees up higher and slower as we bring those arms up as well. Okay, now we're going to lift our arms up higher, reaching for the ceiling. Get that whole body warmed up. Get the blood flowing. Good job. So we'll go for 3, and 2, and 1. Good job. Now let's tap those feet out to the side one at a time. And we're going to swing those arms out as we go. Reach out with those arms as we do. Reach it out there. Good. Should feel that heart rate rising a little bit. Feel those muscles warming up a little bit. 3, and 2, and 1. Good job. Now we're going to take one arm, we're just going to reach it up as high as we can, and the other arm, we're going to push down towards the floor. Reach, reach, reach. Bring them down and switch places. Stretch one up as high as you can, the other one reaching down to the floor. Good, now we're going to change again. Up. Bring it down. Stretch. Let's do it 3 more times. 3, and 2, and 1. Good job. Now we're going to take those arms, we're going to cross them in the front, and as we reach out with our arms, we're going to extend one leg. Cross in the front again. Stretch. Try to make those hands switch places. So one's going to be in the front on one cross, the other one's going to be in front on the other cross. Good. We're slowing it down a little bit, but we're stretching our body. Good. Okay, now let's go in the back and the front, and the back and the front, and the back and the front, and the back and the front. 3, and 2, and 1. Good job. Let's go to marching in place. Let's keep our posture up nice and tall, spine nice and tall and straight, shoulders down away from our ears, picking those feet up off the floor, and we're just going to wiggle those hands up and around overhead and back down again. That's it. Up again. Wiggle those hands. And bring them down again. And one more time. Up. We're going to leave them up this time. And we're going to bring one knee up. Tap it. Reach. Tap the other knee. And reach. Tap. And reach. Tap. And reach. Tap. And reach. Tap. And reach. 3. And 2. And 1. Good job. Now we're going to take those arms and we're going to make big circles with them, and the circles are going to cross in the center, right in front of our body. Up and around. Good job. Now we're going to change direction. We're going to go the other way. Up and around, and again, those circles are going to intersect. Up and around. Up and around. 3, and 2, and 1. Good job. Okay, now we're going to swing our arms in the opposite direction. So from the side, it looks like this. We have one arm going back, one arm going forward. Then we're going to change places. And from the front, it looks like this. So it's almost like we're stretching our body forward and back. One arm and then the other. Stretch it out. Stretch it out. Good. 3 and 2. Let's go one more. Good job. Okay, now we're going to step and tap. Step and tap. Step and tap. Step and tap. And as we do that, we're going to shrug one shoulder up. It's the one on the side where the leg is stretching out, tapping out. Good. Stretch it and tap. Good. Shrug that shoulder up towards your ear. Wake it up. Good. Now we're going to roll that shoulder. As we tap that foot, we're going to roll it. And roll it. And roll. And roll. And 3. And 2. And 1. Now we're going to pull that elbow back and back and back. Really bump that elbow to the side. Bump it. Bump it. And bump it. And 3. And 2. And 1. Good job. Okay, now we're going to take those hands, thumbs pointing forward, and we're going to stretch up to the ceiling, thumbs are pointing back. Now we're going to swing down, round our back a little bit, and swing back up again, stretching towards the ceiling. Down, and stretch up to the ceiling. And down, and stretch up. One more time. Down, and stretch. Good job. Okay, I said we were going to need a straight back chair. If you've got yours, you want to pull it forward so that you can use it. I am going to actually, let's see, I'm going to actually turn my back to you. No, I'm not even. I'm going to do it like this. So if you can see my feet, they are pointed outwards towards the side corners. Our knees are going to go in that same direction as we squat down behind that chair. Now the chair is here if you need it. You can hold on to it or not. But the idea is we're stretching out those inner thigh muscles. Good. Down and up. Now for this, your spine is nice and tall and your body, torso, is going straight down and straight up. Your knees are tracking in the same direction as your toes, out towards the front corners of the room. Stretch them out. Good. You don't want those knees to fall inward or you'll risk damaging them. Out. Okay, let's take those arms up and down and up and down. Working those thighs. Hopefully your arms are taking your mind off of it a little bit. Up and down. 3 and 2 and 1 more. Good job. Okay, now we're going to go down and we're going to stay here for a couple of seconds. So you see those knees are tracking out over your toes. We're just going to bounce a little bit. 3, 2, 1, and then we're going to rise. We're going to go down. 3, 2, 1, and rise. 3, 2, 1, and rise. 3, 2, 1, and rise. One more time. 3, 2, 1, and rise. Okay, now let's bring those feet in a little bit closer. So they look kind of like this. And we're going to go up on our toes, stretching those legs, stretching that torso, and then back down. So up tall on those toes, and down, and up, and down. So you've got the chair either in front of you or to the side so that you can use it for support if you need it. Good. Let's go up and down and up and down. 3 and 2 and 1. Very nice. Okay. Now we're going to take that chair. We're going to stand to the side or the back of it, and we're going to take one leg and we're going to turn that ankle in a little bit and do leg lifts out to the side. So you should feel a little pinch right here at your waist. Up and out. A nice, slow, controlled movement. Up and out. 3 and 2, and 1. Okay, now that chair is near you. What I want you to do now is to move up a little bit so that you're close to the front of the seat of the chair. You're going to flex your foot and you're going to lift it, move so you can see me. Lift it in front of the seat and then lower it back down. Up and down. We're really contracting those inner thigh muscles. Up and down. It's not a swinging motion, it's a lifting motion. Lift and then slowly release down. Lift and release. One more time. Up and down. Good job. Now we're going to stand facing the chair and we're going to tap the balls of our feet up on top of the seat, like so. So up and down, holding that posture up nice and tall. Good. Keep those feet going. It's easier if you're back a little ways. It's more difficult if you're up closer because you have to raise those knees up higher. So if you want to challenge yourself, move in closer to the chair. 3, 2, 1. Okay, now we're going to go to the other side of the chair. We're going to lift this leg. We're going to turn that ankle in a little bit, and we're going to do leg lifts out to the side and down. Feeling that pinch at your waist, feeling those inner and outer thighs working, especially if you have that ankle tilted in just a little tiny bit. Out and in, out and in, out and in. 3 and 2 and 1. Good job. Now move up towards the front of your chair. Flex that foot, lift it up towards the front of the seat, and then release it down. Lift it up and release. Lift and release. Lift and release. Feel those inner thighs starting to burn, huh? Let's go for 3 and 2 and 1. Good. Now from this side of the chair, we're going to do the same thing we did. On the other side, we're going to reach up, tap with the ball of your foot to make it more challenging. Step in closer, which means you've got to lift that knee higher to clear the seat. Good. Keep it going. Keep it going. Let's go for 3 and 2 and 1. Nice job. Okay, let's see here. What I'd like you to do now is to lean over your chair and hold on to the edges of the cushion. And we're going to lift one arm up and out as far as we can. And we're going to look at it with our eyes. And then we're going to bring that hand down. And we're going to lift the other hand out and up, looking at it with our eyes. And back down again. Other hand, we're just going to alternate. We're engaging the neck by using our eyes to watch that movement, up and out. Let's do one more time with each hand, up and out, or rather out and up. There we go. Okay, now we're going to take both hands at the same time and we're going to lift them up and down, and up and down. You feel a little bit of an arch in the back as we go up and down, and up and down. Let's go for 3 and 2 and 1. Very nice job. Good going. Okay, grab yourself a small ball. And we are going to work with a small ball for the rest of, well, for another 10 minutes maybe. So what I'd like you to start with doing by holding your arms out, extended to the side with the ball in one hand, we're going to bring that ball into the center, change hands, and then stretch wide. I want you to stretch your arms way past the plane of your body. Change hands in the front, and then stretch way past the plane of the body again. So you feel those shoulder blades sliding towards one another, and you're stretching the chest. So many of the activities that we do, we're hunched forward. This stretches those muscles of our chest that are often contracted. That helps us with all kinds of neck and upper back pain. So let's stretch wide and come together, and stretch wide and come together. One more time, stretch wide and come together. Okay, let's take a wider stance with our feet. We're going to take the ball in one hand. We're going to reach across our body on a big diagonal. Bring it back, change hands, stretch across the other way. Down and across, up and across, and back. Up and across, and back. Up, and back, and up, and back, up, and back. Feel that torso stretching. First one side, and then the other. So we'll go for 3, and 2, and 1. Good job. Okay, now, I'd like you to hold that ball over your head. You're going to bring one knee up, tap it, reach for the ceiling, tap the other knee, and reach. Tap, and reach, and tap, and reach, and tap, and reach, tap, and reach. 3, and 2, and 1. Now, we have it overhead. I'd like for you to draw a circle overhead, like a halo, on top of your head. Now let's change direction. Let's go the other way. Good. Very nice. Now let's bring that ball down in front of us. We're going to hold it just with the palms of our hands, no fingers. From the side, it looks like this, straight out in front of your chest, and you're going to pull it in toward your chest and push it away. But while you do that, I want you to try and flatten that ball. So you're flattening it as you push and pull away from your chest, towards and away from your chest. So you got a 2-way, 3-way motion going here. Forward, back, and together. Using all of those shoulder and upper back muscles, try to relax your shoulders. Don't let them get bunched up here. Good. So straight out, straight back, all the while trying to squash that ball between your hands. 3, and 2, and 1. Good job. Now let's put our fingers on the ball. Let's raise it overhead. From the side, you're going to bend those elbows and let the ball drop down between your shoulder blades. And then stretch up tall. So drop it down by only bending your elbows and then stretch up tall. The trick is to keep your head up erect. You don't want to bend your neck or scrunch your shoulders to make an allowance. If you can only reach this far, that's fine. If you can reach further, that's even better. That shows that you've got more mobility in those shoulders, and that's what we're after. You do it enough, that mobility will increase. Okay, let's try 3 more. 3, and 2, and 1. Good job. Okay, now we're going to take that ball out to the side, and we're going to go up overhead, change hands, bring those arms all the way down to our legs, and up, stretching tall, and down. When you stretch up, let's feel those ribs stretching way up off of your hips. It's not just your arms, but your entire torso is stretching long. Up and down. Good. Up and down. And up and down. Again. Up and down. One more time. Up and down. Good job. Okay, now we're just going to use one hand. We're going to hold that ball overhead. We're going to reach behind our head towards that opposite shoulder. But while you do, you want to make sure that that neck stays nice and tall and your head doesn't bend and your shoulders don't hunch. So it's stretching up and then elbow bending. Stretching up, elbow bending across, the arm going across behind your head towards that opposite shoulder. Good. You'll feel those muscles in the back of your upper arm working. So down and across and up tall. Down and across, get a full arm extension, and down, and up. Let's try one more. Down, and up. Good, now let's change hands. Let's give that arm a little bit of a rest. Up tall, you want to have a nice extension. Then you want to bend that elbow so the ball goes down towards the opposite shoulder, and up. Check your neck, make sure it's nice and tall. Relax your shoulders down away from your ears. A lot to think about. We're not just waving that arm around. We're using different parts of our body to strengthen our core as well. So let's go for 3, and 2, and 1. Good, let's bring that ball down below our waist. Give our shoulders a little bit of a break. So we're going to take the ball in one hand, we're going to rotate it behind our body, grab it with the other hand, bring it around. And we're going to make as big of a circle as we can with those arms. Big, big, big. And not just down here by your hips, but try to lift it up higher. And you'll feel those shoulders really working for you. That's what we're after. 3, and 2, and 1. Good, now let's go the other way. Around you go. The other way. Around, and around, and around. Let's go for 3, and 2, and 1. Good job. Okay, we're going to take the ball in one hand. We're going to reach down and tap the opposite knee. Change hands, tap the opposite knee. Change hands, down and across, and change. Down and across, and change. Down, and change. Down, and change. Now take that back arm back as far as we can. Stretch it up and back. Stretch, and stretch, and stretch. Let's go for 3, and 2, and 1. Nice job. Very nice job. Okay, I'll tell you what. Let's go ahead, tuck that ball in your chair or set it on the floor. We're going to do a couple of brain teasers here. Let's start with one where we start with our hands directly out in front of us like so. We're going to bend one elbow back. We're going to take the other arm and we're going to extend it straight back. Okay, so from the front it looks like this. One elbow, one straight. Then you're going to bring them forward again and we're going to reverse. We're going to take the other elbow and bend it and the other arm straight back. From the side looks like this. From the front looks like this. And stretch forward. Okay, other elbow bends back and forward and back and forward. Not only is this an excellent exercise for broadening the chest, lengthening those muscles across your chest, but it's also a really good brain exercise because it makes you think about doing something different with each of your arms, kind of like patting your head and rubbing your tummy at the same time. Okay, so we go for 3, and 2, and 1. Good job, shake it out. Let's bring those shoulders up towards our ears, and let's drop them down. Let's bring them up again, nice and tight, and drop them down. Good job. We're going to take one arm up over our head like we're swimming in a back crawl. We're going to take the other arm up over our head. Good. Way around back. Same thing. Up and around, and up and around. Let's do one more time with each arm. Up and around, up and around. Good job. Now let's reverse direction. Let's come from the back and come around forward. Go back, come up and around forward. Back and forward. Back and forward. One more time with each arm. Up and around. Up and around. Good job. Now we're just going to take those hands and we're going to swing them to one side and we're going to swing them to the other side. And you alleviate any pressure on your knee by lifting that back heel a little bit. There we go. Just swing those arms gently from side to side. Good. 3, and 2, and 1. Good job. Okay, now I'd like for you to take a seat for a second. We'll do a couple stretches on the chair. The first one is to extend your foot and rest your heel. I can't get back far enough for you to see. Rest your heel on the floor. Kind of stabilize it on the floor. Take both of your hands, slide them down your leg, and as soon as you get as far as you can, I want you to reach towards the front of the room as far hard as you can with those palms facing one another, and then reach way up to the ceiling, same way, and then come on down and do it again. Slide those hands down the leg, get a little further this time, and then reach forward, stretch, 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 and then stretch up tall. Good. Bring those hands down. Let's do it again. Try to go a little bit further. Maybe get down to your ankle. Stretch forward. Stretch up. Bring those hands down. Let's do it one more time. Stretch down those legs. Slide those hands down. Stretch forward. Stretch up. And relax. Good. Let's bring that other foot out. Rest that heel. Anchor it on the floor. We're going to take our hands. We're going to slide them down the leg. Probably won't go far the first time. When you get as far as you can go, lean forward and stretch those hands towards me. And then stretch way up tall. Good. Bring them down. Do it again. Slide those hands down. Nice and easy. A little further. And then stretch forward and stretch up. Bring it down. Let's do it again. Slide those hands down. Good. Stretch forward. Stretch up. Bring it down. Let's do it one more time. Big stretch. Down your leg, maybe as far as your ankle this time. Stretch forward as hard as you can and stretch tall as hard as you can, and then bring those hands down. Good enough. Now let's take one ankle and cross it over your knee. Okay, we're going to flex this foot and we're going to apply gentle pressure on the inside of this knee. Now for most of us, that's enough of a stretch right there. You'll feel it back here in your glutes. But if you need a little bit more, if you kind of hinge from the hips and push your chest forward a little bit, you'll feel it kick in even deeper. So you do whatever is more comfortable for you. You don't want it to hurt, but you want to feel it. Okay, come on up. Let's change our feet. Let's put the other ankle on our knee. Flex that foot and gently apply pressure on the inside of this knee. Very gently. If you need more, remember to push that chest forward a little bit as you hinge from the hips. Don't round your back, but hinge those hips. Good. Very nice. And then come on back and put your feet on the floor, firmly on the floor. We're going to do a few stand-ups. So I want your feet a comfortable distance apart. We're going to start with our hands on our knees, and as we stand up, we're going to reach for the ceiling and stretch up tall, and then we're going to sit down. Hands back on your knees. A nice gentle stretch up, stretching towards the ceiling, and then sitting down, resting your hands on your knees. Let's stretch up to the ceiling and come back down to a seat. Let's try 3 more. Let's go 3 and down, then 2 and down, and 1 more, up. And let's stay up this time. Let's bring those arms out to the side. Let's bring those palms together in front. Then we'll turn those palms over and we'll push away as far as we can. Palms together in the front, palms away, palms together, and palms away. Good job. Now we're going to take one hand and we're going to circle it in one direction, leaning with our legs in that direction as well. Stretch those arms. Stretch and stretch. One more time. Around. Now let's go in the other direction with the other arm. We're going to stretch, leaning with our legs and our body, and stretching with that one arm in a big circle. So 3 and 2 and 1. Very nice. I thank you so much for staying fit with Judy and visiting me today. I hope you had a good time, and I hope you feel better after your workout, and I hope you'll come back and join me again. Have a wonderful day.